It was 11:45 on a Thursday night, May 1st, 2008, when Pam Sleeper received a phone call from her brother-in-law, Hal.
I answered the phone and he sounded really distraught, and I asked him if everything was okay, and he said, "No, Pammy, Kay's dead."
A death that Pam soon learned was not an accident, but a murder that sounded like something made of fiction, complete with a cut-and-paste confessional letter.
I didn't learn until the next day when we arrived in Atlanta that it was a homicide. Somebody murdered Kay. For some reason, I just thought it was an accident that she had maybe in her house or something, but that was when I learned it was a homicide.
Kay Winnell had not only been killed, but attacked in her own home in what police say could have been a crime of passion.
She was brutally murdered. Evidently, what the guy did was Kay answered the door, and he walked into the house and hit her in the face. And there were some cuts and definitely big bruises on her face. And then it looked like she ran into the kitchen to grab the phone, and then he slit her throat. After he murdered Kay, apparently, he went upstairs, and they had a workout room up there, and they had a basket of towels, you know, to use to dry off with your sweat. And he went in that room, got a towel, wiped his hands, went into Kay's bedroom, in through her bathroom where her closet was, opened up the door and threw the bloody towel in there on the floor, and then apparently left after that. There were no footprints, no fingerprints, and the blood was from the kitchen door all the way across the kitchen. They had to have all the wood removed out of there, but it was a big long kitchen, and so it was pretty gory.
Who ended up finding Kay?
Hal did. He had been trying to call her all afternoon, and she had 2 cell phones. She wasn't answering either cell phone. She wasn't answering the house phone. And when he drove up in the driveway that night, they had a vehicle that was parked outside, and Kay parked her car usually inside the garage, but he saw both vehicles were there, and that's when he thought something must be wrong. And as soon as he opened up the garage door going into the kitchen, she was laying face down.
It was a brutal, bloody ending to a beautiful life of a beautiful person.
How was Kay as a person?
She was great. She was the most lovable, fun. I tell you, energized. She had a ton of energy, and she was little. She was a little thing, little petite thing, and she was just a lot of fun. You know, like I said, she'd light up every room she ever walked into.